Shalom, Yasharala. This is your brother Dawudah, coming back at you with this here truth again. First and foremost, I want to give all praise unto Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Rachakodash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone that taught us this truth and that ruled well. And salutation and much love for you, I can pushing this truth and sincerity on the four corners of the earth and enduring afflictions to feed and edify the elect. So I want to jump into this here article real quick, which, part of the title, it triggered in my mind a certain precept. When they shall say peace and safety, then shall come sudden destruction. All right. So I wanted to read this here article as we, apparently are approaching the 75th year or 75th anniversary of the D-Day assault. All right. So I'm gonna go ahead and read this article, which is on RT. It says Trump and NATO warmongers proclaim peace. All right. And we already know what the spirit of the so-called white man is. All right. And we're going to get into that. All right. It says as the 75th anniversary this week of the Allied assault on Nazi-occupied France, U.S. President Donald Trump and other NATO leaders issued a D-Day proclamation. In it, they pledged never to repeat the horrors of World War II. And that's a half truth and a half lie, because why? We know according to the scriptures that what? You're going to have a third woe, all right, which you know of as World War. It's going to be a third World's War, all right? And even if you go back to some of their people from back in the days, Albert Pike already had this all written out and who was going to be fighting it and so on and so forth. All right. But nevertheless, like I said, we know according to the scriptures and according to prophecy that there's going to be a third world war. And we also know that they're going to say peace and safety, then sudden destruction is going to come upon them. All right. It says the U.S. and 15 other nations, including Britain, France, and Canada, also declared their commitment to resolve international tensions peacefully. All right. The so-called D-Day proclamation sounds like a load of PR twaddle. That's because it is. And that, according to the scriptures, they right. It is just a bunch of bullshit. All right. It says eventually it was hurriedly put together for some feel-good effect as Trump and others commemorated Operation Overlord to strain an army brass band and Vera Lynn's wartime PN will meet again. The noble sacrifice of soldiers and civilians in the defeat of Nazi fascism would have been given some token of decorum in the form of a peaceful proclamation. So it seems. Hey, man, and really just to be quite honest with this whole situation, man, really, the Germans didn't really lose World War II. These motherfuckers just came over to America, all right? Because if you understand the technology that America had during World War II, if you understand what all the players of the world, the technology that they had during the time of World War II, you'll understand the most superior nation was Nazi Germany at the time, all right? They was the first ones with fighter jets, jet propulsion engines in these fighter jets, all right? Before then, you had, like in that movie, Red Tails, right? When you watch the movie Red Tails, they're flying in, planes with propeller engines, more or less to say, all right? Then there's a point in time where you see some jets flying with jet engines, all right? That was the Germans, all right? Nazi Germany, they were the first people to have jet engines. So, hey, just think about that, man. Think about right after that, America wound up getting jet engines. And you understand that after the war, America and Russia wound up splitting, the spoils of war and everything that Germany had. They wound up going in there and ransacking everything, all right? Another big major item that they had was nuclear bombs. They the ones created nuclear bombs, all right? But what? America and Russia was the ones who wound up taking that arsenal. They also, along with the jet propulsion engine, they also were the first people to create pretty much a rocket. The dude's name was Wernher von Braun, all right? He created the V1 rocket and the V2 rocket, which basically Wernher von Braun and the rest of these scientists, they came over to America and this shit called Project Paperclip, all right? You can look that up. It's not a conspiracy or nothing. It's admitted to it, that a lot of these scientists and stuff came over to America and they started working for the Americans, all right? They wound up getting pardons or whatever, whatnot. So what they wound up doing, they wound up continuing. And if you knew a lot of their programs they had going on, like what's that guy's name? They made them motherfuckers call him Beautiful Joseph. His name was Joseph Mengele, all right? Joseph Mengele. If you understand the type of shit that he was doing, the experiments he was doing, which you know of as today is MK Ultra, mind control, all right? Just like Hitler in his book, Mein Kampf, all right? That's what that shit means, mind control. So really, at the end of the day, the Germans really didn't lose that war. They just moved and changed locations, all right? This is what wound up propelling America and Russia's technology and all these different things, all right? And going back to Wernher von Braun and the V1 and the V2 rocket, all right? This is the same rocket. Well, they got a different version. The V1 came first, then the V2 came second, all right? Now, even to this same day, all right, the same rocket or the same, series of rockets is the same shit that they take up to get those space shuttles into outer space, all right? It's the same shit, man. So America or Russia or any of these other countries would not be able to get into outer space if it wasn't for the Germans. So just to put that in there as far as, where they get all this here technology from, all right? These people wanted creating all these different things back in those days, all right? The most, how do you say? I'll give you a different scenario. The Volkswagen Beetle, right? You wonder why they have the engine in the back, Or they say, well, if the engine gets shot at or catch on fire in the front while you're driving down the road, the fire, all right, we'll be going into basically the cockpit of the car, burning the person up. But if you have it in the back, nobody behind the car, so you're not going to get hit with it. You see what I'm saying? This car was also made to be able to drive in the water and everything with the raised up exhaust pipe and so on and so forth, They were thinking way ahead of their time when they was creating these things, all right? So, like I said, when you look around today, damn near everything, all the technology that we have today, the high-class technology that we're using today, they've had that back in Nazi Germany, all right? They get that from them. All right, so it's not like they really lost the war. You see what I'm saying? They just pretty much moved over here. And if I was to go through this article and read, really, a lot of those, like the jet engines that they was using wouldn't work without, I believe, a certain kind of liquid, whether it was oil or gasoline, that basically only Henry Ford and the Ford company had ties to. The computers inside of those, I believe inside the planes as well, too, had to have a chip that was made by IBM, which is an American company. All right, so there was about 3 or 4 different companies, more than that. It was about more than about 3 companies that, if it wasn't for basically these American companies, all right, then Germany wouldn't be able to do what they were doing. So they was all pretty much in bed together. All right, just continuing on. It says, however, the proclamation by Trump and his gang of NATO warmongers have been seen as nothing but a cynical lip service. And that's exactly what it is, because this is also the white man's specialty, is his damn tongue. All right, his damn deceitful ass tongue. This is why we call him the devil. It says, while commemorating a past naval offense for peace, the U.S. has at the very same time deployed warships and nuclear-capable B-2 bombers to the Persian Gulf, and a blatant show of aggression towards Iran. Hey, just like how we're gonna grab that scripture, but just like that scripture say, hey, he talking about peace right now, but what's really in his heart, man? All right. So it says, all right. It says Washington is flagrantly using military force to subjugate Tehran to its geopolitical demands, so much for resolving international tensions peacefully. All right, so what? This is part of the fluff, part of the propaganda that they're pushing out to the people. Oh no, America is just saints. We're just so good. We want to help everybody. I don't understand why everybody else is all got their panties in a bunch and we got to go over there and subjugate these motherfuckers because they just be tripping. No, that's not the scenario, man. America's the one that's going over here and subjugating all these nations just because, man. All right. It says let me see. I wanted to read down to, it says, Washington, it says Trump this week told media that he did not want a standoff with Iran to become an all-out military conflict, yet he continues to threaten that the U.S. is ready to deploy military options against Iran. Last month, he cynically warned about the official end of Iran while also offering talks with Tehran, which Tehran is like saying DC or Washington when you're talking about America. You see what I'm saying? Sometimes, in an international scenario, like we talking about different countries, sometimes they'll say, oh, Washington did this, Washington did that, but when you talk about Washington, it's basically saying America, right? So the same thing here with Tehran. Tehran is pretty much like saying Iran, all right? It says Trump's occasional words of peace are therefore meaningless. Hey, going back into him being a damn devil, you a deceiver, all right? So here it is again. Washington's apparent problem with Iran. See, it's not just Washington, D.C. has a problem with Iran. America is a whole nation. You know what I'm saying? They run pretty much as a whole conglomeration. But nevertheless, you see, they're not. All right, put it this way. Washington has problems with Iran, right? They're not going to send, the National Guard from up out of Washington, D.C. to go over there and fight this damn war. It's going to be the American military. You see what I'm saying? So, just going into, if you don't understand what Tehran means, Tehran is just like saying, the capital place of Iran, more or less to say, like, and Ankara is like saying Turkey, or Caracas is like saying Venezuela, DC or Washington is like saying America when you're talking in international conversations, but on the local scale, you be like, oh, Texas, Florida, when you're just talking about the states, you speak of it that way. All right. It says, Washington's apparent problem with Iran is based on claims that the latter is supporting regional terrorism and has ambitions to build nuclear weapons. And really, let's look at this hypocrite over here talking about this. It says, Washington's apparent problem with Iran is based on the claims that basically Iran is supporting regional terrorism. But who really is over there supporting ISIS and creating these what they call moderate terrorists. You know what I'm saying? It's America. America's been found out over and over and over again, even running to the aid of ISIS, which they created. You know what I'm saying? When Russia was about to stomp out the rest of America, was like, oh, hell no, you can't come up over here. You see what I'm saying? But so America's the one sponsoring all this here terrorism, like with the terrorists that you know about. But in reality, they're the ones sponsoring real terrorism, all right? Over here polluting the people's minds with propaganda, telling them about their leaders or whatever, whatnot, having, you know, how they had the Arab, what they call Arab Springs or the color revolution, all right? When they went in and propagandized all these different nations, got all the people stirred up, made them believe that they damn leaders was killing them and their leaders was being wrong to them, so that these people would so-called overthrow their governments, all right? But who is the one that's doing that? It's the so-called, well, really the Americans, all right? Not to say just the so-called white man, but really these Americans, all right? The Americans are the ones doing that and their allies, all right? But nevertheless, not only on top of that, what country is mounting up every other day and going into another country, bombing that shit to hell and back, all right? That's straight terrorism, man. Go over to Iraq and ask them people how they feel. All right, go over there and ask them what their state of life is like. Like, yo, we live in a constant state of terror and a constant state of fear, not because of these Muslim extremists, but because you goddamn Americans. You see what I'm saying? And the same going on with Venezuela right now. The Venezuelans are more afraid that America's going to come over there and keep destabilizing their damn country more than Nicolas Maduro. You see what I'm saying? That's why they ain't supporting Juan Guaido like they keep propping up into the damn news and the media. If that was the case, America wouldn't even be having to cover it. These Venezuelan people would just overthrow Nicolas Maduro and just put the dude that they want in there. But obviously that's not the case. All right, and just in the same way in all these other countries. All right, America's the one that's leading out all these damn terrorists, all these acts of terrorism. All right, now who also has it says and has the ambition to build nuclear weapons? Who are the two countries with the most nuclear weapons in their arsenal? Russia and America. Who is the only country to ever drop nuclear weapons on anybody in the world? Only America. Who has the military on the planet Earth that's currently and actively always engaged in fighting wars with other sovereign nations and invading other nations? It's America. All right. So when you put these together, like, wait a minute, the shit y'all trying to blame us at for sponsoring and aiding terrorists, motherfucker, y'all the ones aiding and sponsoring, you know, the terrorists like ISIS that you see. But not only that, you the ones calling in your military, not only your military, but NATO and the EU to come in and terrorize these other countries. Then you dropping bomb after bomb after bomb, motherfucker. That's real terrorism. All right. But not only on top of that, you the one got nuclear weapons. You got the most damn nuclear weapons, and you the one using the damn nuclear weapons, and you the one that threaten people of the use of nuclear weapons if they don't capitulate or submit to what you trying to get them to submit to. All right. So this is just hypocrites speaking out the side of their damn mouth, further proving who the damn devil is. All right. It says another contemporary case that flies in the face of the D-Day proclamation is Trump administration's threat to use military force against Venezuela. Like I said, this motherfucking hypocrite talking about on one side, he turned to the left saying, oh, we need to have peace and we need to stop all this killing and all the violence and all these monsters and these rogue regimes and these dictators, these brutal dictators. But yet on your right hand side, you sitting there, go ahead and bomb them motherfuckers, man. Wipe that whole shit out over there, man. Make sure none of them come back. I want everybody over there dead, man. That's what the fucking, hey, go blow up them damn rocks. I better not see not one solid rock over there, man. I want you to go blow every damn thing up. You see what I'm saying? How the hell are you going to be saying peace and safety and you want to get rid of all these people who are so-called starving their people out when it's really your sanctions on these damn nations? All right, on one side, Nicolas Maduro is a horrible person. He's starving his people out, but who the one got the sanctions on the damn country? Who the one is stopping their oil money, which is their main source of income coming in? Who's diverting that money into somebody else's hands? All right, sponsoring terrorism, sponsoring a fucking a fake leader, a puppet to go rule over this nation so he can further fleece Venezuelans, the country of Venezuela. All right, it's these Americans, man. All right, so these people are such hypocrites, man. You can't even. Hey, man, the only thing you can trust about the so-called white man is that this motherfucker is the devil and he ain't gonna do nothing but lie and try to deceive your ass, man. All right. It says that threat is wielded because Washington doesn't want the elected socialist president Nicolas Maduro in power. Now, let me stop there. They don't want him in power. Who give a fuck what you want and what you don't want, motherfucker? That ain't your country. You see what I'm saying? Let's say, you know how they say only Americans can vote here in America? Like Chinese people can't come over here on vacation and start fucking voting because then you'd be like, well, or let me say the Russians can't come over here and start voting in the American election because why? Y'all was colluding in the elections. You were interfering in our elections. But what is America doing, man? They over there propagandizing all these different things, just like I said, the Arab Springs, the color revolution, and all these different uprisings and things like that, man. You go over there and you propagandize these things and you put your damn agents out there, rouse the people up, and you have them overthrow the damn government. Or you go in as an aid when they be trying to settle down a population that you didn't stir it up, and then you go over there like, oh, they over there using police force on them. But wait a minute, when your police is over here shooting down unarmed so-called black men, and so-called black people want to stand up, tell them some hands up, don't shoot, you want to go out there and spray them down with water hoses and sick dogs on them, man. What kind of bullshit is that? You doing the same? You doing way worse than what you accusing everybody of doing at the same time, man. But this is the damn devil we dealing with, man. All right. It says the threat is wielded because Washington doesn't want the elected socialist president. Keyword: the elected socialist president Nicolas Maduro in power, and instead wants to replace him with the preferred pro-Washington opposition figure who has never been elected by the people. All right, so wait, how the fuck does America sit there and say we want this guy to be ruling over this here nation? Bitch, that ain't your country, man. Stay your happy red ass at home, man, and worry about the shit you got at home, man. Most of the damn people in here in America don't want the dude that's ruling over them. How come you don't have a goddamn uprising over here in America to overthrow the goddamn president? You won't do that because why? This is your man. You trying to rule over all these damn people, man. All right. It says this is not even the case of resolving tensions peacefully. It is a straight leap to militarism by the Trump administration towards a sovereign country whose internal affairs should be none of Washington's business. Hey, and that's true. Let's just bring it down to the lower level, man. You got your own house and you live next door to your damn neighbor, man. All right, now you over here mad that your neighbor is buying this brand of dog food and feeding it to his damn dog, and you don't like that brand of dog food. Like, well, what the fuck does it even matter? This ain't your house, let alone this ain't your dog, let alone you ain't paying the goddamn bill in here or buying the damn dog food. Who the fuck are you to tell me what the fuck I should be feeding my damn dog? When your dog out there starving, tied to the damn tree, you know what I'm saying? He over here eating mosquitoes because he ain't got shit to eat, man. But you got the nerve to try to tell me what the fuck to feed my dog when my dog is perfectly fine, man. Worry about your own shit, man. Your house over there, your dog over there, your shit over there, man. And your dog over there sick and starving like a motherfucker. You ain't got no right to tell me that my dog need to be eating something different when you can't even feed your own dog, man. All right, that's the case that we in right now with America. America can't even fix their own problems at home, but yet they know how to so-called fix the rest of the world by damn destroying and killing everybody, man. That's America's MO. That's their national security, you know, to protect national security, man. Give you the example that they using. Man, there's always going to be crime on the planet Earth, man. If we take away guns, people will start stabbing. We take away knives, people will start running people over with cars. You take that shit away, people will start throwing rocks at each other. You take that away, you know what I'm saying? People will start killing each other with sticks. You cut down all the trees, you're going to keep going until people start strangling each other with their bare hands. And then you start cutting people's heads off. Then you be like, you know what? If we kill every human being on the planet Earth, violence will be at zero. You know, the unemployment rate will be at zero. The starvation rate will be at zero. You know, diseases and shit like that will be at zero. But that's not the right way to fix shit, man. You can't kill everybody on the planet Earth like, oh, problem solved, man. Problem fucking solved. You know what I'm saying? Or you trying to stop your dog from pissing and shitting in the house or barking all the damn time. You train this motherfucker, man. You don't just go put your dog to death like, well, see, he ain't gonna shit in the house no more. This motherfucker. Yeah, of course he ain't gonna shit in the house no more. He dead, bruh. But that's America's way of dealing with all these other countries, man. All right, so let me jump into these scriptures real quick. I got just a couple scriptures I want to pull out. And we're going to just go ahead and be over and out with this. But nevertheless, hey, man, something to look at. We at the very end of this thing, man. The so-called white man is being exposed left and right and out of all his wickedness and his evil atrocities, man. All right, and now he's at the very end. He's about to purge himself up. Let me grab that. You know, he's about to purge everything up out of him that he got. This is Revelation 12:12. It says, therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil has come down to you having great wrath, because he knoweth he have but a short time. So, hey, right now the so-called white man is going to bring out all the stops, man. All right, back in the days when he had to do stuff sly and kind of like, you know, just put it this way. Back in the days, you a robber, right? You go in and you be robbing stores and shit, right? Back in the days, you would scope out the store, whatever, whatnot, wait till the right time, plan it all out, wear a ski mask, make sure you got gloves on, make sure ain't nobody with you, make sure you got your getaway route, a way to stash everything and hide everything. You see what I'm saying? But nowadays, you just to the point, you're just like, fuck it. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna just run up in there with no mask on. I'm gonna go rob my old job where everybody there know me with no mask on. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna just, you know what I'm saying? They all know where I live at and shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna just go rob their ass and just go do that. And then I'm gonna go take the money and go deposit it in the bank account. You see what I'm saying? Like, bro, you already know you at the end. Like, well, shit, I'm about to get caught anyway. I'm already wanted. Why the fuck do I even need to wear a mask while walking in here? They already know I'm the bank robbing spree dude. They already know I'm finna be going to go do this shit. So I might as well just go ahead and not waste my time at planning and plotting and scoping out the places, go run up in some random shit and get whatever I can get. If I get caught, oh well, fuck it, I get caught. I'm almost out anyway. All right, and that's the same, basically the same pace that the so-called white man is moving at right now, man. He's not trying to be subtle, or he still got a little bit of that in him, but you know what I'm saying? He really kind of overt with the things he's doing, you know? Oh yeah, we trying to overthrow the Venezuelan president and set up our own puppet and so on and so forth and all these different things. But what? It's not a secret no more. Beforehand, they would make up all these lies and all these different stories, but now they don't make up these stories no more. They just flat out tell you, oh, we don't like him no more. We want to remove him out of power. And so on and so forth, you know. But let me continue on. This is the book of Slack. This is 1 Thessalonians chapter 5. I'm going to start at verse 1. It says, but of the time and of the season, brethren, you have no need that I write unto you. For yourselves know perfectly that the day of the Lord so cometh as a thief in the night. And so, there's no need for us to tell you that, look, the day of the Lord is right around the damn corner. No need for us to tell you that, look, we at the very end days, man, because, look, we've been already doing the work for so long, you know, and a lot of this stuff should be more or less like a headache to you from hearing the same shit over and over and over again. But, look, that's just, you know what I'm saying? That's like these birth pains. The contractions getting closer and closer and closer and closer, man, meaning that baby's about to be delivered. And what's that baby? Judgment Day, man. All right? So you know that Judgment Day is right around the corner, all right? Verse 3. Well, let me go back to verse 2. For yourselves know perfectly that the day of the Lord so cometh as a thief in the night. Now, we understand these things because we measure the time diligently. When we see all the signs and the writings on the wall. But what? The rest of these people, they don't understand what the hell is going on. They're not even looking for these things, all right? This is why it's going to come as a thief in the night unto them. They think everything is all good. Girl, boy, this is the best time of the world. And what up, homie? We finna go get this here bag. And my kids, we finna grow up and send y'all to college and whatnot. We're gonna keep it moving. You see what I'm saying? This is the mind state of most of these Americans here in America. They don't think ain't nothing wrong with, they've always been threatening war with Russia. They always been doing this. They always been doing that. China's always been a problem. But they don't realize that they're in the very end all be all, man. This is the very end of end of their existence. They gotta serve out their slavery before the day of the end of their existence, all right? But nevertheless, look, we're not going to get caught off guard or taken like a thief in the night because why? We're watching all these prophecies, all right? We're measuring the time diligently, all right? Verse 3, for when they shall say peace and safety, all right? And this is another thing that's going to catch you like a thief in the night. For those that aren't in the know, all right, they're going to be like, oh, finally, peace and safety. No more war, no more this, no more that. See, I told y'all crazy, sorry motherfuckers. Y'all need to stop with the war, what they call it, fear porn and all this war, because peace and safety. We finally got peace in the Middle East. Peace in the world. We got world peace. But what? You're going to have the quiet before the storm, man. It's going to be that real peaceful time and so on and so forth. We don't know how long it's going to be. But look, they over here saying, let me read it. It says, for when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction cometh upon them, as travail a woman with child, and they shall not escape. So, hey, look, just like a woman in labor, man, she's having these contractions and so on and so forth. Hey, there's certain points in times before that, you know, the last contractions before she has to start pushing, she having these hard contractions, whatnot, then they wind up letting up. Then it's about time for that baby to come out. Then she has to start going into the push, letting you know, hey, man, the quiet before the storm, man. All right. It says, verse 3 again, for when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction cometh upon them as travail upon a woman with child, and they shall not escape. Hey, that's what we was just reading, man. They talking about the 75th anniversary of World War II and how they want to have, talking about peace and basically safety, how we don't want World War to happen no more. Hey, it's clear as day because the scripture already tells us there's going to be a World War III. Look, thinking cardinally, they already wrote about what's going to happen in World War III. They tell you that that's going to be the last World War that we're going to have, all right? Before they so-called get their new world order in place. This is how they plan on getting it, but they don't realize that the Lord got them in a trick bag, man. All right, so what? They're going to play out to the rest of the masses that, you know, no more threat of world war. We got everything under control, everything peaceful. All the nations on the planet Earth is all in line with one another. But guess what's going to pop off? A world war. We're going to be right around the corner. Right when everybody is like, whew, we can relax now. Then boom, 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 bombs and invasion and so on and so forth, catching these people off guard. But what? We know what's ahead of time, man. Even when they start saying peace and safety, peace in the Middle East. America made peace with China. America made peace with Russia. America made peace with North Korea. America made peace with Iran. Hey, we already know, all right, It's about to get popping right now. And everybody gonna be looking at us like we retarded. Like, you stupid niggas, y'all don't see this shit on the news, bro? They done with that. Let's go party and celebrate. And while these motherfuckers partying and celebrating, they gonna get taken like a thief in the night, man. All right? Verse 4. But ye brethren are not in darkness, that that day should take you as a thief. Yeah, because why? We reading the writing on the wall. We measuring the time diligently. We already know what the plan is before they even come to it. Right now, they not really in the time of so-called saying peace, peace. But what, as this article say, with the 75th anniversary of World War II, you already starting to see the previews of all these things, man. So we already know they're like, yeah, they're going to eventually start talking about peace. They're going to eventually, start making these treaties with one another and having peace agreements to sign and everything like that. And it's going to seem like the whole world is getting way better. We're not going, okay, finally, we ain't going to have all this crazy shit. But guess what's going to happen, man? That thief finna come creeping through your damn window. You like, oh shit, all right. The sun about to come up. You done watched all damn night for somebody breaking in your house. Now the sun finna come up. You know what I'm saying? You starting to see people go to work. And you're like, all right, I done made it through the whole night. Ain't nobody breaking into my house. The neighbor's starting to get up to go to work. The sun coming up. Surely ain't nobody gonna break in my house at this point in time. But guess what? Lo and behold, your ass done stayed up all goddamn night. So you sleepy. You going to bed at 6:30. Bro, you gonna sleep through 7, 8:30, 9 o'clock. And homeboy done crept through your window at 8:30 after everybody else done went to work. So what? You still gonna be caught off guard, all right? Continuing on, it says, but ye brethren are not in darkness, that the day should overtake you as a thief. You are the children of light and the children of the day, and not of the night nor of darkness. Therefore, let us not sleep as others, but let us watch and be sober. Yeah, because everybody else is talking about what? Forget about that, man. I don't watch the news. It's always negativity on the news. I ain't watching that, bro. You wasting your time with that shit, bro. Live life right now, bro. Go and enjoy life, bro. Go get you some pussy, bro. Go fuck with these bitches, bro. Guess what? While these motherfuckers over here getting some pussy, whatever, whatnot, trying to be all hardcore macho man, Randy Savage and shit, them troops gonna be running. Let me stop there. All right, ain't nothing wrong with getting, pussy or whatever, whatnot, as long as it's lawful. You ain't sleep with another man's wife. But however, I'm saying, you have some of these people who will try to tell you, especially if you're in this here truth. People from the world like, oh, you wasting your time in life. You doing this and you doing that. Just go out here and go have fun. Let's go to the bar, go turn up and have fun. Nah, bro, we need to be, sober minded. You know what I'm saying? As far as we know what's coming, man. We can't let this here, we can't, how do I say, get inebriated or drunk in our mind to where we forget what the hell we doing. We watching. All right, we on fire watch. But now, it's a long fire watch throughout the night. We there with another buddy, whatever, whatnot. Homeboy and brought some moonshine. It's not wise for us to sit there and get towed while we on fire watch, and then we might fall asleep, forget what's going on, and the whole plant burn up. You see what I'm saying? But continuing on, Salaki, let me go to my next precept. This is Psalms 55 and 20 and 21. It says, he has put forth his hands against such as has been at peace with him. He has broken his covenant. And who's doing that? It's the so-called white man, all right? Back with the so-called Native American Indians, I believe it was either 400 or so treaties that the so-called white man signed with the Native American Indians and broke every last one of them. All right, recently, you've seen them when they gave them their so-called land, reservations and shit like that. That was their own sovereign land. Like you actually have places here in America that's not necessarily considered U.S. American soil. You see what I'm saying? Like these Indian reservations. That's their own land, their own government and everything else like that. You see what I'm saying? They're not supposed to be under the jurisdiction of American rulership. You see what I'm saying? But nevertheless, what happened? They gave the so-called Native Americans their own land, and then they wanted to put that Dakota Access Pipeline right through their land. All right, but then when they wanted to protest, protest is standing for the land that, first of all, was stolen from them, but then a portion of the land was given back unto them. All right, and they ain't really say shit about it. You see what I'm saying? But now all of a sudden you want to kick them up off of that land and then run a pipeline through that land and pollute their land while the rest of your land is already polluted. All right. But see, guess what? The so-called white man be breaking on. Hey, look at how he did with Iran. All right. Barack Obama signed a nuclear agreement with him. Donald Trump go and break the nuclear agreement. All right. They have the INF treaty. All right. And Donald Trump go and break the INF treaty. All right. All these different sanctions and things like that. But wait a minute. We had an agreement on certain things. Now you're trying to renege. Now you're trying to go out and go do this such and such, so forth. All right. All these different broken treaties. Hey, man, you got free speech here in America. But, oh, you don't. You see what I'm saying? Oh, you got this and that. Oh, but you don't. You see what I'm saying? You always breaking all your covenants and all your so-called agreements that you have, man. All right. Here in America, anywhere you sign a contract or whatever, whatnot, you get penalized for breaking that contract or that agreement. All right. But what the people that's making you sign these agreements, they can break contract and then not have, you can't put any, how do you say, you can't hit them with anything. You see what I'm saying? You're like, well, you broke the contract. I didn't. I signed in. I upheld my end, but you didn't. I can't charge you with nothing. What kind of bullshit is that? That's the spirit of the so-called white man. All right. Let me continue on. Let me grab a couple off the top real quick. Habakkuk 2 and 5. It says, yea, also because he transgresses by one. Hey, just like we was just reading, talking about those broken covenants. Yeah, we're going to give you this here land, and you're going to get this, and you ain't going to be able to be bothered by the American government. You're going to have your own, how you say, sovereign land here in America. But then guess what? They go over there and they take the Native American land back from them. All right. Or these other nations, sign this here agreement with us, so on and so forth. But then guess what? They wind up pulling out of the agreement, and they wind up persecuting the other nation. All right. But nevertheless, it says, yea, also because he transgresses by one, he is a proud man. Neither keepeth at home, who enlarges his desire is hell, and his death cannot be satisfied. But gathereth unto him all nations, and heapeth unto him all people. All right. And the reason he's bringing all these people unto himself is not that he gonna stand side by side with them. Nah, he trying to rule over all these different people and over all the resources and over all these different nations, man. This is why he going and stepping foot in all these different nations, man. But guess what? This the same this is the same person that wherever he go, death and hell follow. Every place he put his foot, man, death and hell follow him. All right. Let me go to the book of John. This is John 10 and 10. It says, the thief cometh not but to steal and to kill and to destroy. I am come that they might have life and that they might have it more abundantly. Let me just stop there real quick. All right. So talking about Yahushua's part says, I am come that they might have life and that they might have it more abundantly. So everything has an opposite, man. There's an up, there's a down, a back, there's a forward, there's an in, there's an out. Everything is balanced. The Most High is balanced with everything. All right. So Yahushua here is saying, I am come that they might have life and that they might have it more abundantly. What's going to be the opposite of that? We was just reading about how the so-called white man ain't everywhere he go, death and hell follow him and can't be satisfied. He is the epitome of death and of hell. He is the devil, man. All right. He is pure demonic. All right. So he's the how do you say the opposite of being righteous? Jacob and Esau. One of us is righteous and the other one is evil. All right. But nevertheless, going back up, it says the thief, which is the wicked. All right. You know, obviously, if Yahushua is the life, giving you life and all these different things. All right. His opponent or his opposition would be the damn devil. So the damn devil would be what? The thief. It says the thief cometh not but to steal and to kill and to destroy. Anytime in any place you ever seen a so-called white man in any country, that's exactly his MO, man. To steal, to kill, and to destroy, man. Name me a country the so-called white man went in and he ain't stole nothing. The resources, the people. He ain't killed. He ain't took all the damn or killed. Killed the native populations of these different people and then destroyed, man. Not only did you destroy these people's minds, their cultures, their history. All right. You destroyed people's minds in the propaganda, man. You destroyed their water systems, man. You destroyed the climate. You destroyed the whole damn planet Earth, man. All right. This is the MO and the whole purpose of the so-called white man. All right. The so-called, hey, this is a knock at you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, man. The so-called white man, who is the damn devil, man, is way more righteous than you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, man. This motherfucker is righteous than all outdoors, man. This nigga is in all kind of righteousness. You know why? He was created to be the damn wicked, man. And he's playing that part to perfection, man. All right. What about you? You was created to be the righteous, but you keep cleaving unto this damn devil, man. All right. But you got to understand who your damn enemy is and how he be rocking, man. All right. Let me read verse 10 again. John 10 and 10. It says, the thief come not but to steal and to kill and to destroy. And he is doing that to the perfection. All right. But I am come that they might have life and that they might have it more abundantly. All right. So from there, I'm going to go to, you know what? I'm going to go to Genesis 27 and 39. 27 and 39, I believe it is. Yep. This is Esau. This is Esau's blessing. All right. Genesis 27 and 39. And Isaac, his father, answered and said unto him, behold, thy dwelling shall be the fatness of the earth and the dew from heaven from above. So the so-called white man was given a blessing to rule over the earth for a certain period of time. All right, verse 40, this is the point I want to grab. And by thy sword shalt thou live, okay? I'm going to come back to that. And shall serve thy brother, and it shall come to pass when thou shalt have the dominion, thou shalt break his yoke from off thy neck. All right, so going back into what? And by thy sword shalt thou live. So the Lord said, let me grab that real quick. This is Job chapter 9 and verse 24. It says, the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. He covereth the face of the judges thereof, if not wherein, who is he? So the so-called white man, first of all, his dwelling place was going to be the fatness of the earth. He was going to have rulership over the whole earth for a time frame period. All right. Now the Lord actually gave it to him. All right. But how did he wind up going out and actually physically getting the whole damn planet earth in subjection? by way of his damn sword, all right? Let me grab that too. What is that? Revelation 6:4. This is Revelation chapter 6 and verse 4. And there went out another horse. Horse is a representation of power. Just like back in the old days, you needed a horse to draw your chariot, all right? Nowadays, you need the same shit. Instead of an actual animal being the horse, all right, they got an engine inside the car. Your car being the chariot that you were riding, and the engine is the thing that's driving the car, all right? And so what? They measured how much power is in the engine by what? Horsepower, all right? You got one horse, and you're, attached to your chariot, you got 1 horsepower. You got 10 horses, you got 10 horsepower, all right? But nevertheless, it says, verse 4, there went out another horse or another power that was red, going back into Esau, Edom. All right. And power was given unto him, like we just read in Job 9:24, that sat up thereon to take peace from the earth, and that they should kill one another. And there was given unto him a great sword. So we just read in Genesis 27:40 that by thy sword shalt thou live. So what? Here it was saying he was given, and there was given unto him a great sword. All right. Not saying his sword was bigger than everybody else's. Nah. He's got the greatest sword on the face of the earth, meaning like nowadays, he's got the most sophisticated and advanced, well, besides Russia in these latter days right now. But other than that, this is how he's been ruling for so damn long, man. Going back to those nuclear missiles and the nuclear bombs he had and dropping them on Japan. Ain't nobody else had shit like that or could defend themselves from nothing like that. Therefore, his sword put everybody else in subjection, man. All right. Let me jump down to verse 8. And I looked, and behold, a pale horse, and his name that sat on him was Death. All right, going back into the damn devil, like we just read in Habakkuk chapter 2. All right, it says, and his name that sat on him was Death, and hell followed with him, and power was given unto them over the 4th part of the earth to kill with the sword, like we just read, with hunger and with death and with the beasts of the earth. So, hey, going right on into the so-called white man's characteristics, this is what he was created for. That's why I say homeboy is more righteous than any of you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. Even though we know he the wicked, but him playing his role being a wicked, he playing it to the damn T, man. You don't see the so-called white man say, "No, I don't want to kill nobody. I don't want to be harmful to nobody. I don't want to be violent to nobody." Nah, this motherfucker was like, "Turn up, let's go, America. We gonna go bomb these some bitches, these goddamn towel head sad niggers." That's what they be talking about. They gung ho. They ready for that shit, man. Shit, I got my 20, whatever the fuck they be talking about, man. They got all kind of shit, man. Raising their little kids up to be extreme hunters from the age of 5, man. What kind of shit is that? Let me just grab my last precept and we can be up out of here. Actually, I just grabbed it. But nevertheless, I didn't want to go too long on this. But nevertheless, I just want to touch in on that, dealing with this damn hypocrite. But what? We also know, according to scriptures and according to the prophecy, that these things are coming to pass, man. Let me go close out with that. But when I speak of these things, talking about what? Peace and the safety, all right? This is Matthew 24 and just to the point, 24:6 or 24:3. And as he sat upon the Mount of Olives, the disciples came to him privately saying, "Tell us, what shall these things be, and what shall be the sign of thy coming in the end of the world?" Verse 6, and you shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. And that's what we're hearing right now. But really, they talking about peace. But what? We also know that at the end all be all, you're going to have a World War III. All right? See, verse 6, and you shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that you be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines, pestilence, and earthquakes in diverse places. All of these are the beginning of sorrows. This is all just the beginning. And we've seen all these different things happen. All these different nations, there ain't really a country or a nation on the planet Earth that's not in no kind of conflict with no other nation. Every nation on the planet Earth is in some kind of conflict with another nation, man. Every single one of them, all right? Let me jump down real quick, and we can close out with this here verse. Verse 32, I believe it is. Yep. Matthew 24:32. Now learn the parable of the fig tree. When its branch is yet tender and putteth forth leaves, you know that summer is nigh. So likewise, when you shall see these things, know that it is near, even at the door. All right. So what? Just like how you in your car and you see that gas light come on, you know what? To pull over to go get gas, or else your ass gonna be walking. Learn how to measure the time diligently. Learn how to read the writing on the wall. All right. The Lord is giving you all the signs and all the prophecies and things going on. All the prophecies that's going on at the point in time before the end come. All right. All you have to do is watch and discern these things. All right. And you might not be in that lot to be able to see these things like that. But what? The minute of the Lord, we putting up videos like this all day long, breaking it all the way down into you. All right. All you got to do is take heed and watch ye therefore. All right. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and close out. Lord willing, this here lesson was edifying into the elect. Until next time, I say, call halal Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shah, Bahashim, Rachakodash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders, a great millstone that taught us this truth and that rule well. And salutation and much love for you, I can pushing this truth and sincerity in the four corners of the earth and enduring afflictions to feed and edify the elect. Until next time, I say, stay strong and shalom.